first down throw, Watson. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 13 yards on the game's opening play. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. They're going for it. It's Watson. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as of the game, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram, and he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. The toss right, this is Ingram. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. On 2nd down, it's Ingram. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. A couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now it's Watson. Forced out to his left. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 38-yard line. On first down, Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
What we got?
Throwing again is Watson. Steps away to his left. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Watson looks to throw again. Flushed out right. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
41 Mike, 41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike. What? Come. You ain't doing nothing today. 41's coming, 41's a Mike.
They'll run on first down. Ingram. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run from the pistol with Ingram. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Operating from the gun, Jackson being chased out left. He may try and run for this. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. He can run for it, and he will. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Texans take over an excellent field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, 39 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a 4th quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
Yeah, I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis.
So easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. It's a give to the right, Ingram. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Here's Ingram. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Let's go.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Check. Let's go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews.
Let's go.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Benardrick McKinney. Possession in the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. And now it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again. Watson. Dancing to his left. It's complete to Hopkins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On first down, it's Watson. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins once again the intended target. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And that'll make it 3rd down. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins there to make the grab. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn up and good. And it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
On second down now, it's Ingram. And some room to work. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 27-yard line. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. That's into the hands of the tight end Boyle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
First down, Ravens.
On first down, Ingram. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Jackson forced out to his left. That is caught at the 7-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. 4th down, here's Jackson.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one, 57 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 22. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game, and the Texans push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me, play later.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, a 22. On first and 10, it's Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack there by J.J. Watt.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. He's going deep for Brown. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings. In this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job one, paramount. Because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing the fumble. Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. To throw on 3rd down. Jackson. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Jackson now. Binds, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14.
28. Ravens 14.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
Texans take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Personally, I think they've got to go somewhere else with the football. They've got to bracket it out there in double coverage. Makes it hard to fit it in time after time.
It would have had to have been an absolutely perfect pass and not good enough. He's letting this one go for Fuller. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 67 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I saw him with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. This would be one heck of a record if he makes this. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Here's Sam Cook now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros.
Watch the slant.
Throwing now, Watson. He'll let this go for the... And it's knocked away and incomplete.
It's really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get this